Hey guys, welcome to the third episode of MWRT, the series news. We've been gone for a couple of weeks. I guess CD just dipped from the. Oh, he's back. Sorry, CD is back. But we have a couple new faces here today. A couple of guys that are gone as well. Obviously, Junior's gone right now. Dylan's gone, but we miss you, Dylan. But we'll be back soon. But we got Dom and SGB Aviation. Aviation is our original recorder, so give him his props. He's a W. But today he can't do it because his OBS and his mic is broken. So if he were to do it right now, it'd sound like there's a helicopter behind him. It's just his fan. His fan's loud as shit. Anyway, we are here for our third episode. So we've been gone for a week or so because I've been racing in real life. Dirt racing takes a lot of time. But anyway, we are back. So we've got two races to open the season for points racing. Starting with Daytona. D2. Obviously, probably one of the worst races that is going to be this season. Probably the most bumper lock. Almost 30 cautions. I think I counted 27 exact. 27 exact cautions. Dom, he let me hit my parlay. He had 2 flips. Everybody else got $1 million, so thank you, Dom. But obviously, not a lot of people were satisfied with that race. But what it came down to, which we'll put on the screen, is a huge wreck, obviously, on the first straightaway. And guess who squeaks out to get across the line first? It is going to be the SGB, one and only here. Welcome, SGB. Congratulations on your D2 win. Obviously, you missed that big wreck, and it was a controversy. People thought you should have been DQ'd for going under the grass, but I don't understand why people were saying that you were missing a wreck. But obviously, just take us through that literally last trioval. What sealed you that win right there?
Honestly, thank you guys for having me, but I just remember going through that last tribal. All I could think was they're gonna wreck, and then they wrecked. So right in front of me, I saw the 99 spinning. So I remember from the clash, I believe, right? It was
Yes.
No, not the clash. It was the duels at Daytona. I remember this one vivid moment when I was in the duels when Chase was spinning in front of me. And then I remember that I could have won that duel if I just moved out the way. And I didn't want to recreate that. And I was like, I should go for the win right here. So obviously I went low, tried to avoid him, went back up, and I somehow beat Dom at the line. So
Yes, congratulations, your SGB. We'll have everybody else go over some questions. Before we go to that, A-Sprout actually swept the stages of this race, which was kind of like improbable. So because everybody wrecked, and he wrecked like a bunch of times.
Whoa. She wrecked.
No, it's
a he.
It's a she.
It's a he.
She, bro.
Anyway, let's not get to the freaking pronoun thing. Anyway,
Bro.
gender stuff. But anyway, I'm supposed to say A-Sprout. A-Sprout swept the stages for that race, and ultimately SGB, Daytona we all know is luck, but he got the win, and that's all that matters. Before we move on, anybody else got some questions? Well, actually, before we get to SGB, Dom, I want to hear your perspective of this race and ultimately that week because it was a nightmare.
So the whole week kind of sucked because I kept getting wrecked. I think I flipped probably like 10 times in the whole entire week. And
By the way,
it was actually like the Daytona just felt different because me and Aviation were actually like working together really nicely, and I thought we both had like a chance to win. And we were in actually a really good spot because he gave me like a really good push on 4, and I got through the wreck somehow, right through the middle, and I thought I had it, and I saw SV just fly up to the side of me, and then he got the win. So yeah, it kind of sucked a little bit, but it was fine.
It's all good. This is Daytona. You're gonna have those weeks. Bro had a Helio Castro Nevis type of week at Daytona. Anyway, congratulations to both of y'all. Actually, sorry about that, Dom. Kind of sucked, but I thought you were. It was honestly, I thought you were gonna win. We'll get that. It was super close, bro. And after all that, I thought the luck was gonna go your way, and this SGB had to take your happiness away and made you the bridesmaid.
okay.
Anyway, congratulations to y'all for the top 3. Before that, we move on. CD Aviation. Y'all got any questions for the winner?
SGB, we're already past Auto Club, and you already have a win on your belt. How will you think this is going to move you forward into the next race?
Honestly, the win definitely gave us a lot of confidence at the team. After a lot of people actually left us, Lewis left the team. Now I'm the owner of the team. Very chaotic, stuff happened before the off season, before the season even started. So I think that was definitely a confidence booster. Obviously, the goal isn't just to win races; it's to compete for championships over time. And this team is just developing. We got Breyer, GHT. Bad content is now on the team, so obviously it's gonna take a lot. But I think that's gonna give us some momentum going into the next races. Vegas, and then other tracks after like that, like Sonoma and Phoenix. Hopefully that gives us a really good spot overall in the year. And honestly, it's gonna be difficult to make the championship, but I feel like we could do it.
Well, that's good to hear. We'll go to aviation there.
I don't got nothing.
I got you. Before we do move on to D1, though, but aviation, we had a lot of fun on the broadcast with you, bro. I called you like maybe 500 times. Made the experience a lot of fun, obviously. But
Yeah.
at the end there, kind of just sucked at the end of the day for Daytona for you. But what the heck is happening at CD? Anyway, all right now. That is Daytona week for D2. We're going to skim through D1 pretty quick because we have 2 races to go over, by the way. We have Auto Club done this week as well. But D1, probably 10 times a way better race. Less cautions. Maybe, I think I counted 8 or 9 cautions due to incident. Everything else was stage cautions. But when it came down to it, no bias, JCM pretty much controlled this race. Whatever happened where JCM was, they were basically up front. But ended up, they it mattered most. In the stages, you had X winning one. Forgot who won stage 2. Was it? I think it was Cardi, wasn't it? Yes.
I'm pretty sure it might have been Aiden. I'm not really sure about that, but Tyron,
I watched the thing.
Yeah, then it was Cardi. If you don't mind, I would like to go over the D1 race.
Okay, yeah, City, you can go over it.
Basically, it was actually pretty much clean. I would like to mention something in the D2 race that you missed. On the white flag, teammates, we already have some rivals this season, and actually our first rivalry of the season is teammates between Chase and Zach, where it was on the backstretch, I'm pretty sure, where Chase dumped his teammate, causing a big wreck.
Yeah,
Zach actually ended up blowing over.
And then I'm pretty sure from what I saw, I think he almost wrecked his other teammate Hunter, I believe.
Yeah, some questionable calls there, somehow not some penalties there. But we're over with the D2. Let's move on to D1. D1 was actually pretty clean. Very less cautions than D2. And same thing for the D1 race. It finished in the same way. Actually, I was commentating for a bit, and then Walla told me to go help my teammate, Dylan. Don't want to talk about him right now. But basically, I helped him. It was all me. I did everything. I helped him because his game froze. The big one happened in front of us, and basically I helped him get through and ended up winning the race.
Yes, yeah, Dylan, obviously on the back straightaway, before we get over it, but it'll be on the screen because it was a bunch of stuff going on. Yeah. Anyway, down the back straightaway, we had Vince. Actually, up at turn 2 is where it started. Obviously, he did not want to get shut out of line because guess what? It's the white flag MWRT 500, biggest race of the year, arguably just before the freaking championship. Biggest race of the year is the first one. And basically what happens is he's going for a hard block and it's just not there. Gets everyone jumbled up as we can see down the back straightaway. Everybody goes about 3-5 wide. And finally, Aiden, he gets spread out from the field and everyone thought maybe Aiden gets his first win until the big one strikes. About 5 cars under the yellow line. No penalty as well. That was weird. There was no penalties for cars under the yellow line. and then just Aiden gets spun, big flip, and Dylan goes from P9, circle Dylan on the backstretch, P9 on the back, to first in one exact quarter. Junior him side by side through 3 and 4, and ultimately Dylan gets the push out front and clears him, and he does his cell sights all the way to the front to get the second annual MWRT 500 and submit his name as a big name in D1. That alone is a big achievement of his. Anyway, Dylan, he obviously, we talked about his penalty early in the week, basically erased that. It went straight back up to plus points. I don't know exactly where he was in points after that, but we'll get over points after the Auto Club. But other than that, that is D1, and that made Crash Out Motorsports a early contender so far this season. But now we'll get to Auto Club. I'm going to let the D2 and D1 drivers of Auto Club go over it more because I was racing, obviously. But first of all, SGB, you and Aviation were both D2 drivers. Whoever wants to go over it can go over the race because I wasn't there first. All I know is how the winner won. But SGB, I'll hand it over to you and Aviation. And Dom.
Aviation, you could go first since you have like more perspective through drivers. During the race I was more of a crew chief / spotter for someone, so you could go Aviation.
Yeah, sounds good. So, the start was pretty good for the most part. We got through stage 1 and 2 with very minimal wrecks. Stage 3 also with very minimal wrecks. But the whole race came down mostly to fuel strategy and stuff like that. So, yeah, it's basically about it. Pretty boring race.
Also, we'll get Dom, if you want to talk about how the race was from your perspective as well, and just tell us how the winner won. Okay, guys. All right. Hey guys, back with technical difficulties. SGB, I appreciate you editing that out because we had a little bit of camera problems. It might be a little offset from what it was before, but we are back here at MWRT series news. But anyway, like I was saying, Dom, I want to get to you. Obviously, Aviation had a lot to say what the race was about, but I want to get to the point like who won this the race and how did it come down to it? Like how did they win it?
Okay, so a lot of teams showed like a lot of late race speed, and that was Ace Sprout's team. And he was in the top most of the whole day, but then he got like really, really fast and he took the lead. And there was like a lot of fuel strategy, and everyone came in except for him. And he came across the line with 1% left and won. And while everyone else in the field pit, and he came up with a win from not pitting. It was a crazy strategy.
Yeah, I saw that race. Obviously, there was a little bit of controversy, though, that Wild kind of just gave that race away. He had the same amount of fuel as A Sprout. If you could look at, because you can see on Wall's on his stream that he basically had the exact same. I think he might even had more. I don't like say that they did because
I believe he had more.
But I think he did have more. But if you look at it, he's basically right there with A Sprout no matter what. And he basically pits, and A Sprout like easily made it. Like he or she, sorry. They were just pushing it either way. They weren't even saving fuel at the end. They were just just going after, racing with a lap car, about a lap ahead of everybody else. But congratulations to A Sprout. Obviously a pretty big points lead now so far. Swept the stages at Daytona and now a win at Auto Club. That is pretty impressive. But now we will get to D1 Auto Club. Skim through it real quick before I go talking about it because I don't know mostly what happened to this race. I was a watcher because I was obviously racing. But we will get to CD. What happened in D1?
It sucked. Basically, we only had one entire caution that whole entire race. No one ran the bottom because bottom sucked. Well, it changed the setup for no reason. Everybody, and I mean everybody in the field, if they qualified or did not, said the setup sucked. But basically it was just top line dominant. We had actually a lot of people did not like Baloo and Chase for Life, the D2 driver subbing for
Cardi.
I'm
Cardi.
pretty sure.
Already, yeah.
They were very hated that race because they were very dirty and act like they were the best driver out in the field. But it came down to a battle between Vector and Kevin. And when Vector got clear of Kevin was trying to send it in on the bottom. Vector finally got clear and started pulling away and ended up winning the race. Meaning Crash Out Motorsports for back-to-back weeks.
Back-to-back. And also I heard that there was a little bit of rumors that people aren't really happy with Vector, how his interview went at the end. Personally, some people said he was a little cocky, talking bad about some people, saying he was going to wreck some people as well. I heard that, if they did something again. But obviously, congratulations to Vector. I'm not going to sit here and dog on him because, hey, he's a winner. But anyway, that is D1 and D2 so far this season.
Sorry for interrupting. I would like to add on one thing. Per source, maybe this happened, maybe not. But someone in the VC may or may not have told me to be wrecking certain people during that race just so they could get out ahead.
Yeah, that is a certain topic that we'll get to later on. But overall, there's also some things about, I'm not going to get to it yet, but we'll get to some sources that I got from League Owner and just other people of what's going to happen with what happened at the end of the day yesterday after D1 and the Cup race. Obviously, who would have thought that the Cup race would have something to do with suspensions and penalties? But anyway,
it got really chaotic last night.
People getting drops from teams. But anyway, let's get to our points leaders. So, our points leaders for so far, let me go look real quick. I will go over both D1 and D2's points format. Actually, Dom, if you want to go over D2, because I am not a D2 driver, who is leading D2?
Right now it's A Sprout. Where's the thing? I
it's
got
in
my
points.
Points, okay. So I know the only thing I know is A Sprout is ahead. He sweep the stages. He or she sweep the stages and won Auto Club, and so he is right now dominating. I'm trying to pull it up right now. Okay, now I have it up. He is almost up. He's at 62. I'm at 58. I'm in second. I stayed the exact same in second after Daytona. In aviation, he's in third. He went up one spot. He has 55 points. Not to mention, A Sprout moved up 2 spots from Daytona. Now he is in the lead. And Chase for Life, he moved up 3 spots from Daytona after not getting a good finish at all because he wrecked on turn 4. He is now in 4th in the standings with 39 points. He's still a little bit behind with points, but he can probably catch back up. SGB, I'm pretty sure missed Auto Club completely, right?
Yes, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. He is -4. Now he is 5th. 36 points. And Cleveland, he is also down 1 spot. He's in 6th with 31 points. Should I go through the top 10 or just stop right there?
Just top 10. You can go to the top 10.
Okay. Now we have Seb. He moved up 1 spot from Daytona. Now he is 7th with 29 points. And Wild, this is kind of crazy. 13 spots up. He got a 2nd place at Auto Club. He is now in 8th with 26 points. And now we have Bubba. He is in 9th. He is 24 points. He moves up. He doesn't move up at all or go down at all from Daytona. And GHT, he surprised a lot of people at Auto Club. I'm pretty sure he got 4th.
Yep.
He was getting a lot of hate. And he moved up 3 spots from Daytona, and he has 23 points.
Okay, can I chime in on something about GHT?
Yes, that should be you. Go ahead and go. Yes.
All right, so while I wasn't racing Auto Club for D2, for the actual D2 race, me and Briar were actually, helping GHT. We were like telling him all the strats, like all how to run the track because he isn't really that good. And then we obviously decided to do pit strategy. And I'm pretty sure that brought us from around P7, P8 to all the way to P4 by the end of the race. So that was a really good run for GHT. So, that's all
congratulations, GHT. After his first week suspension, wasn't allowed to run Daytona. We won't talk about why. He was suspended. I forgot to talk about that actually the last time, but he was out for Daytona actually I will talk about it. He docked somebody where he was showing people's faces in MWRT. It wasn't the only reason, but we're just gonna talk about that. We're not gonna slander GHT. But now let's get to D1's points. So Ace Sprout, obviously your leader in D2. Now, your leader in D1 after 2 races. The 99 of Aiden, showing speed so far this season. Those 30 stage points are absolutely helping him out. And the 24 finishing points from both races. He is at 54 at the lead and 7 points ahead of second and third of Cardi and Dylan. Cardi was our points leader after Daytona last week. But he drops down a little bit after having a sub chase for life, but doesn't lose too much ground. Dylan, that points penalty, no problem. Already the third in points after this. Started with 7th last week after Daytona, even after the win. He is now third inside the championship for at this moment. In the 4th and final spot right now would be the 29 of Kevin at 2 races in. I don't know why we're talking about this, but he is at 44, 10 points behind the lead. He obviously had a great run at Auto Club. We'll put it on the screen how he got passed by Vector at the end. It was a perfect race at the end, but he gets passed, and ultimately the win slips away, but he finishes a solid P2, and he's going to take the 4th final spot right now. Now, in 5th would be me. I actually had Dom. I appreciate Dom for subbing for me. Just a little bit of bad luck getting wrecked before stages, and there's just no cautions for him to really catch up. But Dom did his best job he could. Finishes a P12, but helped me. Thank you, Dom. I'm not going to make this all about me, but that's going to put me 8 points behind. I'm the first car out at this point. 18 points behind the leader, but 8 points out of the cut. Then we're going to go down to Vector, our points lead. He won this week, actually. Jumps up 9 spots from where he was at Daytona. I don't think he ran Daytona. No, he didn't run Daytona, I don't think. Went 15 to 6 this week now. Crackery, he moves up a solid 2 spots after having a little bit of a rough Daytona. He had Aviation some for him. Aviation did a marvelous job getting some points for him and moving him up in the standings. Blue was a really fast contender at the beginning of the race. Fell a little bit short. Stage 2 in a controversial way. Him and Kev go down the racetrack and just a bit, maybe a little side of a block while they called it a racing incident. Some others disagree, but he is going to finish a solid P5, and he's going to move up a solid 5 spots in the points and go up to 8th. Junior part-time, he is not going to count, so we're not going to call him 9th. 9th would be Vincente. Just a little bit of tough break right there at Auto Club. Was not fast. He was 6th after last week in points. Just a tough break right there at the Auto Club. Didn't show a lot of speed there near the end, and just honestly just a tough week. And then which is surprising right here, actually. Our 10th and final car in top 10 points is Vex. Vex got suspended for this week's race because of dirty driving. Obviously, we went over it a couple weeks ago about why he got suspended for this for this race at Auto Club. But he's going to get the 10th and final top 10 spot here in playoff. Well, this point standings, actually, no playoffs. Obviously, Winston until the championship race. But that's going to do it for us. That is our points standings. Now we will get to what's going to happen now. So
You're going to get to Scheme of the Week?
We'll get to Scheme of the Week, but I want to finish out on a high note. I just want to get all the bad stuff done so far. CD, do you have any stories for us to go over?
Yeah, I got kicked off my team for cheering for Chase Elliott to win a race.
Yes, so that was insane, actually. So CD has been released by Crash Out Motorsports, aka Dylan. Dylan was obviously upset because Brad Keselowski got passed by Chase Elliott. And this, at the end of the day, heard CD was a Chase Elliott fan. So he just quite literally just kicked off CD for an absolutely... I'm just not going to say dumb decision. It's just a poor decision. I don't understand. It does not make sense at all.
I would also like to point out that he also did not kick Vector off for saying that to someone
We'll get to that.
I think some very controversial stuff.
Yeah, we'll get to more controversial. I'll go over that.
Said a lot of bad stuff, but obviously we can't say that.
That cup after the cup race, that was just awful.
Yeah, it was awful.
We'll just say some people said some things that they weren't supposed to.
Yeah, very
really
appropriate, even to real life people, but we can't say it.
But anyway, that's the biggest news so far. Is CD getting kicked off his team for probably one of the dumbest reasons of all time. But anyway, kicked off from Crash Out Motorsports, and he is looking for a ride mid-season, or he just might not be racing, but he's gonna find somebody.
Actually, now you can't get kicked off team until the end of the season, so he will be released once the season is over.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
If it wasn't a rule, per source, Aiden has been talking with me, and he might kick Vex out and replace me with Vex.
Yes, I've been hearing that. I've heard that as well, actually, from Aiden himself. I heard it from Aiden himself. Aiden's in here anyway.
Speak of the.
But I've heard Aiden say, he said if there is one more problem with Vex, it is over. So Vex is on the hot seat. If he just keeps his reputation to a halt, he should be all right. But Vex on the hot seat from Aiden himself. He just went out there and said it by himself. But anyway, we are now getting to the next part. I'm going to go over this next story. So obviously Vector won the race yesterday. Had a good win, a couple laps to go pass on Kev, and scored a win at Auto Club. I'm not sure if he scored the win at the end of the evening, though, because he had some controversial things to say. I'm not going to go over them because they're really graphic and just kind of really dark and messed up. But there is personal words that he might have said, actually might get some consequences for what he has said, the toxicity. And I've heard from other sources like Walla that he is going to start cracking down on it. I think he's starting to make a rule book right now that if this stuff keeps happening, that you could quite honestly be banned. So I just really encourage the whole league. Like, it's MWRT. We're having fun, dude. Like, at the end of the day, it's a fun racing league. I'm done with the toxicity. I hate it. Junior's here, by the way. Welcome, Junior.
Hello, Junior.
Yes, hey, Junior. But it's this time to grow up. The toxicity is getting out of hand. But at the end of the day, Vector and Dylan was there as well. But anyway, I think that will do it for today, unless y'all got anything else. It's been a long...
It's been a week.
My segment, Scheme of the Week. We have to go over. We will all say our favorite schemes of the race. We'll make it quick though. We just say our favorite drivers in the scheme of the week. I'm gonna start off.
We're doing D1 and D2.
Yes, D1 and D2. Starting with D2 first.
Let's just do Auto Club.
We're doing Daytona 2. We scheme of the week for Daytona for D2. I think goes to Aviation in that raised motor car. I'm pretty sure that's ran during Daytona.
It was Bahama Bucks.
Bahama Bucks, bud.
Yeah, Bahama Bucks. Sorry, it was such a nice car, in my opinion. As my D1 Daytona scheme, I think. Even though I kind of hate him right now, it gotta go to Dylan. I really like that green and white car, and I think that race win car is gonna look really good. Let's move it on to Tylen. Tylen, let's hear yours too.
Yep, I'll go right before Junior. My D2, I'm not gonna follow the bandwagon, but I honestly do like Aviations. Aviations was really good. It was between Aviation and SGB, but Aviation's car just popped out to me. Just the bright blue, and I honestly was hoping to see that car in victory lane, or him or Dom, but at the end of the day, he didn't get to do it. But congratulations, Aviation. Your scheme was the best, in my opinion. D1, Honestly, it's kind of a hot take, and it's kind of a new scheme that we've not really seen Crackery run. But I felt like Crackery's scheme probably out of most of everybody's. It was between him and Junior, like no biasness, but like I honestly loved Crackery's scheme there at the end. Um, SGB, I mean, Crackery just made a new scheme right before we started Daytona week and MWRT week, and it's just a really nice Napa car. I know everybody's trying to say that he makes like basically copies of Chase Elliott. I beg to differ. I don't think I've ever seen Chase really run a car like him, but Crackery, he's going to take my D1 scheme of the week as well. Junior, up to you now, Daytona.
I was going to basically say the same as CD, but I'm going to switch my D1. So I'm still going to say Aviation had the greatest scheme in D2. He had just a sick Dom DMS scheme. He always cooks up on the schemes. In D1, I'm gonna go with something different. I really personally like Kevin's scheme. He used it at Auto Club too, I believe. The Logitech scheme, I absolutely loved it. I like the blue. I would do it with the black. And the 29 just was the cherry on top of the cake.
Yes, I agree, Junior. Thank you for your scheme of the week. Dom, so far it looks like everybody else picked a different D1 driver, but bro, Aviation is on fire right now. If Dom picks Aviation as well, I think Aviation obviously wins scheme of the week.
Okay, so I made Aviation scheme, so of course I like it, but it's either going to need to go to SGB because he just had a really good cause for his car, and he won with it, and it's a good looking scheme too. But also Aviations, I really like that one. Fun fact, I hated that scheme when I was making it. It's actually awful, and then I liked it when I finished it. But I'm going to go with Aviation for D2, and for D1, I think I'm going to go with Thailand on here. Factory's scheme just looks really, really cool from what I'm looking at. I was watching.
Yeah, I agree. Factory's Napa car, I honestly, so looks like Aviation has locked up that spot. Aviation.
Can I get my segment real quick? I gotta go do something.
Yes, you go ahead and go.
I didn't
Alright.
talk.
I'm gonna pick SGB because his scheme for Daytona had a beautiful meaning behind it. And for D1, I'm gonna pick. I say Crackery. I'm a little bit biased because that's the car I ran for Auto Club this weekend. That's basically it. Bye.
Thank you. Anyway, thank you, Aviation. But other than that, Aviation is gone. But I think Aviation has locked up the D2 scheme of the week. So congratulations, Aviation. You are a W. Well, really, Dom was a W, but they made it. But anyway, congratulations, Aviation. You had a good concept. But SGB, go ahead and get to yours at Daytona.
Obviously, and like I said, if we're talking about overall design, Aviation or Dom, they had just such fire cars at Daytona. All of DMS just had insane cars, very, very beautiful, very bright, vibrant cars. But obviously, I'm gonna say it's biased, but I say my car personally because of leaning towards it, of course, Men's Mental Health Month, 988 Suicide Healthline, trying to help people. I just like it. Okay. That's just.
I got you. That is a good cause.
If you want my overall opinion on the cars, I am going to pick Dom. Okay, I know that everyone's saying Aviation scheme is good, and I agree with it. But I just like Dom's car more specifically over the color scheme. But that's just my opinion.
I got you. That's a good D2 pick. What about D1?
Oh, for D1, I think everyone had a pretty good scheme. But if you want my opinion, I'd probably say either Junior or Cardi's car. Cardi, actually, no. Overall, all of Pig Motorsports. They had such fire Minecraft cars. And honestly, I'm just going to say it. I think that even though Junior's scheme is pretty cool, I think that that overall the design, the references, gives Vince the win for scheme of the week in D1 in my opinion.
Wow, bro went from Cardi to Junior, then said Vince out of nowhere. Got you. It was kind of weird, but there you go, Vince. He got a vote, but ultimately we have a winner for D1 and D2. Your D2 winner was obviously Aviation by a landslide, bro.
I gotta do Auto Club.
Yeah, we did, but aviation got more votes than Kamala did in the election. Sorry, not making this But D1 also goes to Crackery. Congratulations, Crackery. You are a W ski maker. Now, we're going to go to Auto Club. Now, okay, well, actually, we're going to go backwards this time. SGB, your D1 and D2 picks for Scheme of the Week.
Okay, so for D2 Scheme of the Week, okay, I saw, I think, pretty good cars out there. Obviously, once again, DMS cooked. But I think that Sprout's car, they just had a really nice car. Frontier, obviously, I believe. That is their father's work, I believe. So I really like that car, obviously. So that is definitely my D2 pick. For D1, I didn't really see any of the D1 schemes because I personally didn't race the race. But I'll just say Crackery also. I just didn't.
Oh yeah. Thank you.
Better than the same scheme. Yeah,
You mean-
aviation.
What you mean aviation?
You mean aviation for real. Anyway, thank you for your picks. That's our first pick. So you said Sprout and aviation. I mean, Crackery, right?
Yeah.
Again. All right, I got you. Now, aviation, you are back. What is your scheme of the week for Auto Club?
I got for D2 Auto Club, I'm gonna say A Sprout because I like airlines and it has a good meaning to it, like SGB scheme did for Daytona. And for D1, I'm gonna say Blue. Blue had a nice car this weekend, but not the driving skill. Very dirty.
Yo.
Yo.
That was
Get this
insane.
straight here. The Blue, if you're hearing that and he's racing you in another sub race, you might want to turn him for that. I'm just kidding. Don't do that. But anyway, aviation, that is your scheme of the week picks. Now, Dom, to you.
Okay, I'm thinking the exact opposite of SGB. I think the D2 Auto Club schemes were absolutely awful, except for a couple. But I'm gonna need to go with A Sprout because his car is like really, really cool. It was simple, but it was good. And for D1, let me take a look real quick. I'm pretty sure what I'm like going off of. I think it was Kevin's or Elrod's. Even though it's just a Noah Gregson car, I really like that car. So I'm gonna need to go with Elrod.
Oh yeah, I got you. I agree with you there, Dom. That car is really good. But now let's get to my scheme of the week picks. D2. I'm gonna hop on the bandwagon here. A Sprout's car just looked phenomenal compared to everybody else, and the car was phenomenal. Just killing it. I mean, basically just won that race by almost a lap based on fuel strat. But good job to A Sprout for the win, and my scheme of the week, probably scheme of the week win as well. Everybody's picked them so far, I think. Picked them. I don't know what bro is, but anyway, A Sprout gets A Sprout gets my vote. Now D1, there's a lot of picks for me, honestly, that I felt like they could get. I had picks like I could have picked Elrod. I think EJ's car looked pretty good. I honestly thought Cardi's car didn't look that bad as well. But what it came down to me is that I know I've said this scheme so many times, but I've always loved it. CD's Chili's car. Bro, that Ride the Dente, bro, for real. I love that car. I don't know why, but like
that
just
car,
the
by the
way
way.
yeah, it's really good. The way the colors mix and just how the car looks, I really like it. But CD's gonna get my pick for D1.
Thank you guys for glazing my scheme.
No problem.
Thank you guys
Junior,
for giving me D2 for Daytona.
All right.
Appreciate it.
All right, so D2, I'm gonna go with the one no one's even picked yet. I'm gonna go with Sebastian. I am a huge Dr. Pepper's laser.
Dr. Pepper is buns!
His scheme was so peak. His scheme was peak though. It was really good. If you saw the stream, it popped out on the track. I don't know how good he did the whole race. I kind of had to leave.
On the track when he
Not
kept
great.
wrecking people.
He did not do great.
Oh, okay. Well, I like
Dr.
the
Pepper is
scheme,
still buns.
Bro, shut up.
Shut up, man. It'll be good. It'll be good. All right, so my D1, I'm gonna have to go with also someone that's no one has ever mentioned this yet. I'm gonna go with Vector's scheme. The nostalgia target winning at Auto Club just makes sense. You know what I mean? And the
Tyler,
nostalgia.
stop shitting yourself in the broadcasting room.
Oh, that okay, I'm sorry. I had to just make fault noise because that shit is ass. Sorry, not mean to cuss, but I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
What?
It was so bad, bro. Oh my god.
Dude, that game was so buns. What are you on, Junior?
Anyway, Junior.
I had like the only good scheme there, bro.
Is that my perfect
No,
first?
no, Dylan's was pretty good.
Anyway, Junior, I'm sorry, but you can go keep talking about why you thought Vector's horrible scheme was the best.
It wasn't that bad. Vector, I just like the target.
Juan Pablo Montoya.
That's really what it came down to. I mean, I did like Kevin's scheme again, but like me personally, the nostalgia of like 2015, 2016 Kyle Larson, it got back. Even though I don't like.
Oh, I was thinking Juan Pablo Montoya, bro. What?
No, that's I mean Auto Club. That's what I meant.
All right, so now that Junior SYBAU'd, we're gonna get to CD for his scheme of the week at Auto Club.
Now, there were literally only 2 schemes that stuck out to me, and number 2, I gotta give it to Aviation. His scheme was pretty good, but I have to go my D2 scheme of the week with Dom. Dom's little crab on the side was so cute, and I think I think
Bro,
I hurt my knee, bro.
Fire, bro.
it was a good scheme, in my opinion. I liked it. And for my D1 scheme of the week, personally, I have to go with myself. I feel like I had like one of the best schemes.
Glaze.
No Glaze. Either me or Dylan. We both
HGB
had
did the
really
same
good
shit
schemes.
for his scheme, bro.
Well, it
What
was
are we
for a
talking
good
about?
cause, okay?
Yo.
Could have picked me, bro. Come on, lock in.
No, but I feel like I had one of the best schemes in the race. No Glaze. Either me or Dylan. But I think I had the better scheme in general.
All right, now that Junior has been accused of sexual assault, because we just saw what happened. Anyway,
I don't think you can post that on YouTube.
Yeah, I'm sorry, guys.
No.
Yeah, now that Junior is a furry on the game, I'm just kidding, bro.
Yeah, Pete.
Anyway, thank y'all for this this episode of MWRT series news. It was really fun. SGB have a great time editing this because
Can I do the honors today?
Listen, I got you. I'll tell you who it is. I'll tell you who does the honors. Dylan's not here, so he is not doing the word of the week for MWRT series news. But previewing to Las Vegas, actually, before we leave, before we go, we're gonna get our picks for Las Vegas cars. Obviously, not setup's not even out yet, but just go ahead. You got 5 seconds to make your pick. No reasoning. SGB, go.
Chase.
For both. Classes,
Chase D2 and Thailand D1.
Aviation.
Huh?
Bro, it's selling.
Oh, I'm eating a corn dog. Leave me alone. What'd you say?
Dog, go. Go.
Okay, I think Chase for D2. I hate to say it, but I think Chase. And I think Thailand for D1.
Wow, always copying me.
Wait, is this who wins next week?
Yes, and you gotta say it less than 5 minutes. 5 seconds. Go, Aviation. Go.
Okay.
Bro, that is more
It
than
is
5 seconds. Why aren't you talking?
Aviation gets skipped. Let's move on to Thailand.
D2. Sprout.
I thought you were still going down the line.
D1 Kev.
Alright, Junior.
A Sprout and Taiwan. Mm-hmm.
Alright, now I get to end this off. I'm gonna take Mr. Chase for life, and I'm gonna take Mr. Turn Glitcher. Thailand.
Who? Oh.
No, Aviation's supposed to go.
Aviation. Hey, you don't talk this time. You're
Aviation.
getting out, bro.
Yeah, Aviation,
got
you watch
ready?
that's gonna talk, bro.
Dom D2, Thailand D1.
Alright, well, that is
Everyone
our
almost
picks
has the same
for
person in
Vegas. Anyway, thank y'all for coming for MWRT series news. This was a fun episode, actually. A lot of people. It was actually really fun. But now that we are done here, thank y'all for watching, and we will see you next week. And coming towards us next week is a doubleheader, Sonoma and Phoenix. See y'all there.
I love
Wait. Before we end, Dom, what's the word of the week?
Okay, let me think. Have you ever gambled all your child support? Wait.
No. Aviation.
Alright, my word of the week is Harvick.